on doing as well as I did at it, which I mean is always a great thing, but just didn't plan on that happening. This part right here is going to be like the background color, and this is where, if you want, since we know that this is like basically where all this is going to end, we can go ahead and do like our border line, if you so choose. I've been doing borderline because I do want to glaze all this without having to worry about getting it in the actual picture. Because I'll probably do it like a white or something, I'm thinking. Who knows though. Definitely the inside's going to be a green. But yeah, thinking about doing it a white. Or I did get this really cool other color. I'm thinking about doing it too. And like up here, you can see that this is my marking for where that hat will be. I definitely want to be able to show a good amount of background so you can see that snow in it. See kind of how I have it marked. And it's taken up, it looks about to be equal parts of the mug face. And then I'll do some kind of like snow over here like I did in the first one I showed on my Instagram. So yeah, I mean, that's the gist as far as, you know, going back through and making your definition. I mean, and I'm obviously going to show it in a more sped up time, but, you know, I'll do all his fur, blend it out through each section in the same manner that I'm doing this now. And the lines and things like that to show the definition. Like I said, these lines are going to be the ones that in some places I'm doing black, like underneath his nose is more like of a really dark, like black to green. So I'll be doing black in those areas, but then I'll be applying like hunter green over top of it. And that's just because hunter green is fun and I like using it and give it a little bit of extra dimension to him, hopefully. So that's what we've got so far. So obviously I'm not finished, but the doggies are demanding attention, so I have to work tonight. So I'm probably gonna stop here for now, so I can give them some attention so they don't tear up on my crap while I'm gone at work, because Andrew's not coming home tonight. But as you can tell, going back through and adding, you know, the detailed features and like the hair especially is what really is gonna bring this design to life. So obviously not finished, but I got, you know, a lot of the work done. That's like the foundation. All right, party people. So I did a lot of my carving off of here, but I'm gonna finish out like the hat. And I tried to be smart and I was like, you know, let me use the mug, the like previous Grinch mug I've done as a guide, you know, as far as like not so much carving, but for the actual like detailing. Once I go back in with the different colors, the detailing, because it pretty much came out, I hate to use the word perfect because I don't think anything's perfect. You know, there's always room for improvement, but it's like probably as close to perfect as I'll get on doing this. Like there's nothing really about it I see that I would change. So I'm not gonna walk you through this whole process just because it's kind of long and tedious, and this is just forming the fur for his hat. That's it. This one's not gonna have as much red on the top as like this one. This is the one that I'm following as a guide, just because I decided to make the face bigger on this one. So his face is taking up most of it, which is why most people like it anyway, so I guess that doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna put a pause on this for a little bit, which I've already got most of it done. I'm gonna put a pause on it just so I can not waste all your time, because this video is already going to be long. It's really not a way for me to not do it long. I'm hoping I get it posted. Tonight is now Sunday. Don't know if that's going to happen, just for the simple fact that I work again tonight, and work last night was kind of crazy. It's that time of year we're getting like a lot of like really old sick people in, and older folks tend to go a little bit crazier in the hospital, as you can imagine, with the ICU delirium, and a lot of them already had underlying dementia. So that's that, basically. So I was like, I've got to actually sleep good, because I cannot do this again with very little sleep. Especially I work 3 days in a row. So here we are. I think I should though. I've got about an hour to work on this. I think I've been putting, as far as like carving time and all that, and painting, I think it's been about 4 hours or so alone just for that. Maybe 5. So pause here. So the other thing I'm gonna do that I actually didn't do on the first one is make these lines a little bit more definitive, like basically making the fur a little more thick on the ends here. That way there's just like really nice definitive lines from where one thing ends and the other begins. Down here, for example, he's got like a fur collar that goes almost directly into that hat, and I want you to be able to tell where that fur collar ends and where that hat begins. I guess at least slightly be able to tell. And this is actually gonna be, I have to do something with those little ridges right there, because that's actually gonna be where the red, I'm gonna start the red right here. So I'll get a little bit of red in here, just a smidgen. Make it a little bit more definitive, but I still want to make it look like it kind of flows into it, which that's something I'm going to have to kind of work a little bit at off camera, since it's the first time I did it that way. Try to decide the best way on how to do that. Make sure his finger stands out really nice. Just kind of I've kind of already done that over here on this side. There's a little bit more going on than on the other. Yeah. He's handsome. Making a mess. I didn't put anything down. So I told you guys I was going to use hunter green as like kind of my outline, and then go back in and do the black in places where it needs to be even darker. So I'm gonna start with that hunter green, and I'm gonna use a pretty small brush. I really wish I had one like almost smaller than this even, to do some of the finer details that I like to do.